This is the God of War 2018 character tier list. So, we got all the characters that we were introduced to in God of War 2018, and I'm going to be putting on a tier list. So, I got it kind of set up a little bit differently. It's not like S tier, A, B, C. That's freaking boring. So, at the top, we got Jotunheim. So, we'll go into the peak, the best of them all. Next, we have Asgard, which on Yggdrasil was like pretty far up. I'm pretty sure it's all the way up, but it's home to the Aesir, so we got it second level, kind of how I looked at it. So next we got Midgard. It's kind of like mid-level. It's the first level we go through. It's like the biggest level, but still middle. Next we have Muspel. I tried to put Muspelheim, but it was way too long for it, so Muspel, why I have it second to last. I like the level, but I wish there was more to it. Pretty much just a minigame and a Valkyrie. I wish they did more with it, so we got second level. And lastly, we have Helheim. So Helheim, lowest level of Yggdrasil, coldest, barren. So this is where we're going to put like the worst characters of 2018, okay? So this is how we're going to rank them. So we're going to go with how I generally like them, because let's just be honest, this is my tier list. What they do for the story, their character design, and yeah, I don't know. So first up, we have our boy Atreus. So Atreus, for all who don't know, son of Kratos, and I'm not going to do any spoilers right here. So his character arc is very, very good. He goes from this little naive kid, and then he figures out that, you know, he's a god. And then he kind of goes on a little power trip. Then he comes back, and now he's like this really, really formidable warrior. His character art is very, very good. I'm going to say all the art is amazing by Sony Santa Monica. And he's probably the best sidekick character there is. So I think I have to put him in Jotunheim. I think I got to do it. Because mainly most of the story is kind of about him, but it's also kind of about Kratos kind of trying to be a better person. Well, a better god, if you will. So I think he has to go in Jotunheim. And if you disagree with anything, please let me know in the comments. Maybe we'll do this again. Maybe I'll rethink this stuff. I don't know. So next up, we have Baldur. Baldur is basically the main antagonist of God of War 2018. His character arc doesn't really go anywhere, you know? He's just this mean, angry person this entire time. He's angry at his mom, Freya, for basically cursing him, not being able to feel anything, or basically have any feelings, pretty much. And it's invulnerable, physical, or magical. But he is one of the best antagonists in games, in my opinion. And let's be honest, the boss fights are friggin' amazing. But where should I put it? This is really hard. I can't put them all in Jotunheim. I love all the characters for their own reasons. Alright, I'm gonna go with Baldur and Asgard. Sorry if you don't agree with this. I think he's an amazing character, but I think that Atreus and some of the other people are better. So next, we have Brok. So Brok, the guy that we buy all of our armor, upgrade our weapons, talismans, all this good stuff, and let's be honest, he's a complete smartass, which I love. But he doesn't do much for the main story, so I have to take that into consideration. His character design is fantastic. Where he does come into the story, you get a few good laughs out of him. You know, he's like a good comic relief, which I love, but I don't think he's nearly as good of a character as Atreus or Baldur. So I'm gonna go Midgard with Brok. I do really love Brok, I do, but I have to separate them all. I can't put them all in Jotunheim. I wish I could, but this would be a boring video. So next, we have Freya. So Freya, you don't know, mother of Baldur cursed him so he wouldn't die because, yeah, blah, 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 play the freaking game. So Freya, I love her character art. I love what she does for the story. I really, really love this character. But do I think she is one of the best characters in there? Yeah, probably. Absolutely. But I don't know if I could put her in Jotunheim. I'm going to go with Asgard. One, the reunion server with Baldur is, yeah, we saw how that went at the end of 2018. Not so good, but I don't think she is the best character ever. She's a fantastic character, don't get me wrong. I can't put them all in Jotunheim. I can't do it. So next, we have Charlie. Charlie the Turtle. I absolutely love Charlie. I do. Like, I want to see in God of War Ragnarok Charlie just absolutely come after people. I want to see a totally different side of Charlie. But we only really see him when we go visit Freya. And he really doesn't do anything for the story, but I love his artwork. But we really don't go anywhere with him. So to be fair to everyone else, I have to put him in Helheim. I have to put him there because we only see him a couple of times and he really doesn't say much. He doesn't do much for the story. The story would be just the same without him here. But I really do like him. I do really like him. But I have to put him in Helheim. I have to do it. Next, we have Jormungandr, aka Jormi. Jormungandr is a fantastic character. I love his art. He does play more of a role in God of War 2018 than Charlie does. You know, we get Mimir's eye from his stomach. He helps us take on Baldur. He does a bit more than Charlie does, but he doesn't do as much as Brok does. You know what I mean? He's kind of like this cool thing in the background that we come see every now and again. So I have to put him in Muspelheim. Love it, but I wish he did more. Yeah, I have to put him there. So next, we have Sindri. What to say about Sindri? He's a nervous wreck. You kill me, Sindri. You kill me. He's a little bit of a comic relief, not quite as blunt as Brok, which I prefer the more blunt comedy, to be honest. He does give us the mistletoe arrows, which really does help us in the long run. You catch my drift. I really hope he does more or helps us out more in God of War Ragnarok. I really do like Brok way better, but he does more for us than he does Jormungandr and Charlie. So I think I have to put him with his brother in Midgard. So next, I'm going to be so biased about this one. We have Mimir. Mimir, the smartest reanimated head alive. He is a complete smartass. He gives us this so much lore around the realms and what's actually going on there. He's a fantastic character. His everything is great. His storytelling, him being around to tell us more things about Odin, the gods, the Jotun. I think without Mimir, God of War 18 would be kind of boring, to be honest, because 30% of the game, we're in a friggin' boat. And without Mimir to tell us stories, we're just running around and it would be boring. So just for that sake, I think we have to put Mimir in Jotunheim. And I'm kind of biased about this. Mimir is my favorite character introduced in God of War 2018. So it might be a little biased on this, but I think he is essential for this game. Next up on the list, we have Modi. So Modi is one of the sons of Thor, fighting over Mjolnir, Thor's hammer, when Thor retires or dies or whatever it is. I kind of don't like him very much. I think he's just not good. Even his father called him a coward and kind of beat the living hell out of him. And he's kind of one of those underhanded characters that kind of sneak up behind you and kind of take what's yours while you're not looking. We see that in Teir's temple. He sneaks up on Kratos and Atreus. But when things start not going his way, he runs. Whether he's still alive or not, I know Atreus stabbed him in the neck in the mountain, but we never saw him die. So he might come back. I hope he actually comes back and kind of fulfills a better character arc, but I have to put him in Muspel. Love the character art, the art. His arc is, I don't like it. I don't like him as a character, but that is Sony Santa Monica telling a great story. So it's not Sony Santa Monica's fault. They made him for us to hate. That's a fantastic storytelling right there, and I do hate him. I think he's an ass. I hate him. So he is in Muspel, or Muspelheim, whatever. So next we have his brother, Magni. So Magni is basically this big burly guy, and he's basically the badass of the two, and he actually gets all the credit for saving his father when the stone Jotun fell on him. Actually, Magni and Modi picked them up when they were just toddlers, when no other god could do it. But he doesn't do anything for the story. We could have skipped past the Magni and Modi boss fight. The game would be just as good. Just for the sake of that, I do think he's a badass warrior. I really do. I hope he comes back during Ragnarok, because Ragnarok, all the worthy dead come back and fight and all that stuff. I hope he comes back, but I have to put him in Muspelheim for now. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll change this up later. So next, we have Faye. Faye is one of the most interesting characters in God of War 2018, in my opinion. She doesn't even make an appearance, but yet she is the guiding figure behind the entire game. We go and spread her ashes on to Jotunheim. Without Faye dying, we wouldn't even take this journey. And throughout the entire journey, she marks our path before we even walk it. That is amazing. You know the little yellow markers that we see throughout the realms? Faye made those. Like, she went to all the realms and put those there personally. That is amazing. We have no idea what she actually looks like. We got that little picture like what I got right here that we see on the Jotunheim wall. So I can't really grade her on that. So that's going to lower her just a little bit. But I think she is a monumental character in God of War 2018. I have to put her in Jotunheim. Without her, we don't have a game. So that's why I have to put her in Jotunheim. For sure. Last and absolutely not least, we have our main character, Kratos. And what can you say about Kratos that already hasn't been said? He's this big ball of anger, but he's trying to show his son how to be better than what he is. His character art is phenomenal in the Norse realm. Well, not completely different, but very different from what we see in Greece. His character arc is very, very, very well written. Those writers over at Santa Monica know what the hell they're doing, and he's a badass. How can you not love to hate Kratos? I can see how you kind of hate him. He's kind of this anti-hero, whatever, but in this game he's trying to be better. He's trying to teach his kid to be a good person in his own very furious way. You know, it's without a doubt that Kratos is going to Jotunheim. So this is my God of War 2018 tier list. Tell me what you think about it in the comments down below. Where you would put your own characters that you saw in God of War 2018. Did I completely mess up and put someone in a place where they absolutely don't belong and should be somewhere else? Or maybe I got it close. I don't know. You tell me what you think. I want to know what you guys think. And if you like this, maybe we'll do something like this again.